If you guys don't know, there was a big game launch yesterday. No, I'm not the elephant in the room. What the hell is even that? There was a big game release. It was a game called Mind's Eye. All right, you might have heard of it. It was created by Leslie Benzies, who was the president of Rockstar North during the release of GTA 3, 4, and 5. He was the lead of the studio when they made, GTA's heyday, really. And had like a falling out with Rockstar, left, made his own company, and the company's been working on this game Mind's Eye that came out yesterday. And if you haven't seen much about the launch, I'm sure the company that made the game is a lot happier. If you have seen the launch, you'll know it's not going great. Not going great. You've probably only seen negative things about it. Mind's Eye launch has been an unmitigated disaster for as players report horrifying glitches and poor PC performance. Basically, there's been technical issues where people can barely play the game on consoles. It crashes. Doesn't even play well on PC. You need like insane specs. It's kind of like a Cyberpunk issue, yes. Albeit without the same expectation Cyberpunk had. Because obviously Cyberpunk had like up here expectations. I think the expectations for Mind's Eye were like, we don't even know what it is. So the expectations were lower. They still missed the ball. Right? And so they had like a day one patch, which resolved some of it. Then they have another patch. But it was so bad, they had this whole marketing rollout for a bunch of creators to play this game. Here's the issue. When a creator plays the game, they're promoting it to their audience. And if the game crashes while the creator's playing, actually stands to hurt the game more than help it. So if you think about it this way, they're basically paying to hurt their own image. So anyway, there was a clip like this that came out.
Now I know what that is.
This is Carnage. He was sponsored to play it. Opens the game.
What?
Reads something on his Discord, I assume. And
okay.
Instantly closes out.
The sponsor just paused the sponsored stream.
That's such perfect timing for the Dune sound. Yeah, it got delayed. Now, you might be wondering, Ludwig, why are you bringing this up? I haven't played this game on stream yet. I think Charlie just actually beat the game. But why am I bringing it up? And the answer, simply put, I'm in the credits. I worked on the game. This is a real clip. This is after Charlie beat the game. You have the credits here. It says special thanks to, and there's little old me, Ludwig Ogren, in the credits. You guys remember how I went to Scotland to work as a game tester for a video game? This was the video game. A review for the game Lud tested for a day. I truly wonder who playset tested this game before release, but they need to be fired. Story seems pretty okay for the 1 hour I played, but some things make me feel like the game was not tested at all before release. For example, when in a vehicle and driving uphill, your camera goes down almost into the floor. I want to push back on a couple of things. One, I think the concerns that gamers have are valid. The game doesn't feel like it was ready to release. It needs like probably 3 patches that it's going to take a few weeks to put out to be in a playable state. It's currently not in a playable state. Okay. What I want to push back on though, and I get the jokes at me and I don't mind them, is the stray at game testers. Because that's actually not their fault. I think I have learned after working as a game tester that this is a misconception that gamers have, and they jump to blame quality assurance for the problems that games have at launch, when quality assurance is almost always aware of the issues the gamers have had, and they've not only they're aware of it, they've put in tickets for these exact issues, but it was decided based off of budget from who knows, publisher, leads, or whoever, that it was not worth the additional time to resolve all these issues. And QA gets fucking shit on as if they're too to find out like simple issues here or there, but they do find them. They always find them. They say, hey, this is an issue of the game, but not every issue gets resolved. Just because they find it doesn't mean it's fixed. And I learned this firsthand. We have this video ready to go. In fact, I watched this video. I think it's a very good video of me working as a game tester. Now, we're not releasing it until the game is patched and resolved. Apparently, there's a patch that's going to come out in like the next week or two that's going to make it playable. Obviously, because if we were to release the video, then everybody who is mad at QA would be like, you know, they would see my video that's working 24 hours as a game tester and it'd be Mind's Eye. And then they'd be like, oh, that's why. I think the video is very good, but I think people right now would be mean to Sandy, which I think would make me very sad. Because Sandy's very good at their job. And then it'll come out in a couple weeks and hopefully be less of a meme. But I did work as a game tester on that game. And I still think game testers need a little more respect, man. Why do they release games that aren't ready? Well, I think it's different now, right? I think the main answer is because you can. A lot of people are saying money, but I think the actual answer is because you can. You used to not be able to. Now, it varies. You know, sometimes the bugs are actually kind of like fun and novel. Like in Mario, they didn't figure out that they had no limit on how fast you can go backwards. They didn't know that exists. They didn't know about this bug. Unplayable bugs would have to be resolved because otherwise, what do? Pull all the games, offer a refund to everyone who bought one, re-release? Like, it's too difficult. I feel like games get released and they use the first batch of players as playtesters, and then they resolve the, especially like really large, expansive games, they resolve the issues that people are having because they have millions of people who are testing them, and then they update it as the game goes on. These are lazy devs. I don't agree with that sentiment because I think a lot of really good games started out as bad games. No Man's Sky, bad game became good game. Cyberpunk 2077, bad game became really good game. So then the question is, okay, well, why did they release it at all? And the answer in that, usually they had to, right? Usually they were in development for so long. They were so ambitious. They bit off more than they can chew. They've burned through all their cash, and the publisher said, hey, we can't delay this any further. Or the lead of the studio said, hey, let's just push it through or something like that. But you can't work on a game forever. And they've been working on this game for a long time. More like another publisher rush game. But the thing is, I also work in the publishing side, so I know what that's like too, right? Like, imagine you're a publisher, and we're making up numbers, but you have a game, it's going to come out in 18 months. You put in $1 million to the game. 15 months pass and they say, hey, we need another 6 months and another $500K. Well, you didn't budget for another 6 months and another $500K. And another 6 months and $500K isn't just $500K. It's also 6 months of not earning revenue and not being able to progress your business in other places. It's a bit tough. It's a bit tough from the publisher's perspective because you don't have infinite money here. At some point, you got to start getting it back, right? You're front loading it. Whose fault is it? I feel like fault implies something that's negative. Like, I don't know if it's like simply one person's fault, but I do think this only happens because, or with ambitious games. Like, I think that's usually where this happens. I think ambitious games usually receive this sort of stigma. This doesn't really happen, but like games that are biting off more than they can chew, that's where this happens. So it's maybe the problem is in ambition. You think about the ambition of a Cyberpunk or a Mind's Eye or a No Man's Sky, like it's crazy.